What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Selesnya Elk deck. That's right, Elks return, and I won't say that they're better than ever, but they're certainly putting up a decent little fight here today. So, the whole point of this deck is to be using Kenrith's Transformation and Angelic Ascension to build your small creatures essentially into really big or, at least medium-sized creatures. Now, this deck is performing so well. It's made it all the way to number 14 in Mythic. So, Elks aren't just coming back in a little way. No, they're coming back and they are smashing some serious face. So, diving on into our deck, what is the concept of this deck and why in the heck does it work so well? So, first off, we have 4 copies of Alseid and 4 copies of Selfless Savior. These 2 creatures are wonderful for multiple reasons. 1, they protect your other creatures. 2, they make great targets for your Kenrith's Transformation for your Angelic Ascension, right? Angelic Ascension, instant speed, 2 mana, exile target creature or planeswalker. Its controller creates a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. So obviously if you select your Alseid or Selfless, then you turn a little 1/1 1 mana body into a big 4/4 flying body for only 2 mana at instant speed. That's obviously really good because you can flip it back around to your turn and immediately start swinging in. Likewise, Kenrith's Transformation, 2 mana enchant creature. When Kenrith's Transformation enters the battlefield, draw a card. Already really nice for you, right? Card advantage, 2 mana, you're getting to do something and then draw a card, always nice. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. It loses all other card types and creature types. So it becomes an elk essentially. So we're going to change it from a dog into an elk or from a nymph into an elk. Point is, it's going to go from 1 attack damage up to 3. Now, if you have things such as Swarm Shambler, Stonecoil Serpent, obviously these are going to be your main targets as Stonecoil enters the battlefield with a, X amount of counters on it. Swarm Shambler enters with a counter on it. And so when you go to play Kenrith's Transformation down onto these cards, yes, it turns them into a 3/3, but since at base they are 0/0s, those additional counters, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 20, or 500, whatever, they're going to go on to the Elk. So instead of just being a 3/3, you play Swarm Shambler down turn 1, you play Kenrith's Transformation down turn 2, and now you already have a now you already have a 4/4, and you got to draw a card, and it gets to attack immediately, and if they go to target your 4/4, well, the Swarm Shambler ability doesn't work, but if you got another one down, then it will. Anyways, moving us along, we have 3 copies of Luminarch Aspirant. This obviously really helps build up your creatures, so if you can't happen to find your Kenrith's Transformation or your Angelic Ascension, you can just keep building the Swarm Shambler and Stonecoil, right? Anyways, moving us along, we have 3 copies of Skyclave Apparition, and this card, again, is just so amazing with Kenrith's Transformation. So it comes down as a 2/2, you exile something that costs 4 or less from your opponent, and then you can do this magical thing where you use Kenrith's Transformation onto your Skyclave Apparition, and then when your opponent goes to destroy the Skyclave Apparition, they won't get the 3/3 back, or the 2/2, or the 1/1, or whatever, CMC card you stole. Because Kenrith's Transformation makes that creature lose all of its abilities. So the Skyclave Apparition essentially loses the ability to give your opponent the creature. Does that make sense? Anyways, also draws you a card, so that's nice. Then we have the first Iroan Games, a card I'm super happy to see doing so well in a deck like this. So step 1, create a 1/1. Step 2, put 3 +1/+1 counters. Step 3, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, which obviously, thanks to Kenrith's Transformation and the Swarm Shambler Stonecoil, that should be very doable by turn 4, much less by turn 3 or 5, depending. I think it's turn 5 by the time you get to the actual step there. Anyways, and then last but not least, you get to create a gold token, which is really good. But obviously the main thing is the draw in 2 cards. You create a creature, you build the creature up, you get to draw 2 cards, and it gives you a little bit of rampage there in the end. But the draw 2 is so nice because it's what allows you to go through your deck, find the cards you need, build more creatures, and not lose to board wipe or some silly things like that. Next up, we have 3 copies of Questing Beast. Helps you deal with planeswalkers. It's a haste creature. Has Vigilance, Death Touch. What else could you want from a 4-mana creature, right? So much text on this card, you can't even read it. Next up, we have Legion Angel, 1 of in the main board, and that's because we have 3 of in the sideboard. So, 4/3 that comes down and immediately replaces itself. It also has flying. It's, again, really good. and again 4 power, so it's kind of the limit we're looking for here. And then last but not least, we have Gemrazer, which wasn't in the original deck. It was in the sideboard, and I believe the original deck had 4 copies of Stonecoil. So if you have 4 copies of Stonecoil, be sure you're using all 4 copies of Stonecoil. And then, of course, put the Gemrazer back in the sideboard. But if you don't have all 4 copies of Stonecoil, Gemrazer's pretty good. Anyways, taking a look here at the lands, they are a little weird. I only have the Pathways and 2 Fabled Passages. The original deck only had the Pathways. And pretty much, yeah, you don't want the temples. You don't want any tap land in this deck because you're trying to go turn 1, you know, Shambler, Stonecoil, turn 2, Kenrith, turn 3, first Iroan, turn 4. You know, you're trying to hit your plays back to back to back to back. This isn't a kind of deck where you're like, well, okay, well, as long as I can hit, you know, my mana come turn 5, I'll be fine. No. You need your plays down turn 1. You need your plays down turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. This is an aggro sort of deck, so you need to be pumping out those creatures ASAP. Anyways, hope you've been enjoying the video. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below. Merry Christmas to everybody. I know it's that time for a lot of people. Happy holidays to everybody who doesn't, of course, you know, do the whole Christmas shenanigans. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content. We're just on the cusp of 9,000 subs, which means, you know, we're only basically 1,000 away, and you could be one of those 1,000. Not to make you feel lesser or smaller or whatever the phrase that I'm looking for there is. Anyways, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Let's hop into some magic. All right, we'll keep, again, we're a little low on land, but that's okay. Whew. Oh man, that sneeze hurt. Felt like I sneezed a headache into fruition. All right, come on, Neo. You can dodge those bullets all you want, but you can't dodge this game. Let's play. That's not true, actually. You can dodge any game in Magic. You can just concede. Anyways, we're gonna go for the Swarm Shambler because it's available, pretty much. So I would love to see a 3rd land get down that first Iroan games. Would be lovely. Opponent's playing Orzhov. We're not seeing any additional lands, but that's okay. We'll put down the Stonecoil because more bodies equals more better, or something like that. All right. At least we have tons of +1/+1, or yeah, +1/+1 counters on creatures, so we're doing good in that regards. I could go ahead and take their Griffinary, where I can play the first Iroan. I'm going to go ahead and take the Griffinary. It hasn't had a chance to create any creatures yet, so if I take it now, then we don't have any obstacles to hitting face, right? That's pretty good. Now, of course, we could be building our Swarm Shamblers up. I think playing additional cards down and activating Swarm Shamblers, more so when we get the chance, is sort of how we should be playing. So, next turn we will play down the first Iroan games, unless we draw into some green mana, of course. Well, howdy doody. Sometimes you just get lucky, you know what I mean? So, Questing Beast for the swing in, hit them down to 13. Hopefully they don't have board wipe. I guess that would be our worst possible outcome here. Playing a Marauding Blight Priest, though. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. I think they're mostly going to be an Orzhov life gain deck, at which point, or in which case, whatever, however you want to say that, I think we got them. Of course, if they have board wipe, they should wholeheartedly give up that Blight Priest for the board wipe here. Your opponent commits everything to the board and only has 1 card in hand. You wipe them. Anyways, Marauding Blight Priest going to deal 1 off the core Celebrant. And back to us. All right, let's get down the first Iroan games. The first of the Iroan games. Swing in with the Questing Beast as per the usual, and we actually will, you know, this is what I was talking about. This is where we'll start buffing those Swarm Shamblers up. So opponent goes down to 4, next turn we'll be buffing up maybe that 1/1, you know, spread the counters, spread the love, so to speak. Or we could put counters on Skyclave Apparition, makes it a little bit harder in case they have things like Heartless Act, right? Keeps that from dying. So they're slowly taking us away here with those Blight Priests and that core Celebrant. Not a terrible plan. We've done it ourselves before, so Is that going to be it for him? Should be. They most certainly should not swing. Alright. So we're going to build the Swarm Shamblers. Kenrith's Transformation, that's really good. Alright, well, let's put these here. So yeah, we can transform something. Let's transform the Stonecoil. Now it's a 4/4. Card draw was a land. Not exactly what we want. So we'll swing in with all of our 4-power creatures, which is, you know, a decent little bit. So this is enough for lethal if they allow it to go through. Obviously, the Blight Priest can block the Questing Beast. Nope. We can take out Core Celebrant, so that's good. We can actually take out all their creatures, so. And double blocking with Blight Priest into Questing Beast is certainly not what they want to do. Might double block Core Celebrant and Blight Priest onto another creature. Yeah. You're still taking 8 though. You're still going down to 3 life. Like that's still pretty intense. And we get to keep the Questing Beast of all the things. Oh, we left them the life gain creature. That was actually a mistake. We should have taken out the Core Celebrant there. I wasn't really paying attention because I was like, well, we're doing damage fine anyways. Also, as long as they don't board wipe us, we're going to get some additional card draw here off of the Iroan games. I said it before myself that I really enjoyed this card, and I was a little surprised to not see it in Standard. And here we go. What, a week later, something like that? Boom, here it is in Standard. This deck actually made it all the way to Mythic number 14, so that's pretty good. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the content, you're enjoying what you're seeing here today, and in general, be sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon as well. Helps grow the channel. We're nearing 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. And if you're on Twitch, be sure you hit that follow button. That way you can know when I go live, because our live times are sporadic, to say the least. Alright, Neo. We got 4 times your health, man. How does it feel? Okay, 3 times your health. Whatever. They do have a solid line here, though. So, again, Swarm Shambler. Building it up. Building it up. And another Swarm Shambler. And some Alseids. Hey, those Alseids are actually really good, because it means that we can give protection to 2 of our creatures and just win this game, right? So, protection here. From black. Yeah, because Core can't block it, so we need block for that. And then if we do protection here from black, then the Core Celebrant has to block this one, which means these 3 will have to block these 3. Maybe we just swing it with Questing Beast. And we can just use Alseid again next turn. Still a pretty good turn, though, all in all. You know, we got to draw 3 cards there. Alright, did the opponent draw anything? They're on 1 life. They really need an answer here. Or Ra! Of all the cards to draw, that is their best bet. But I think we're still going to have them, right? They're up to 3. Yeah, it's not quite enough. And Ra, unfortunately for them, is... it's split, so, you know, we can use Alseid again on the Questing Beast and just slide right through. I think they realize that now, so pass. We will buff up our Swarm Shamblers once more, just for the sake. Swinging in. No, never mind. Yes, they are. Definitely swinging in with the Cleric. Is anything following that? Neo, buddy, pal, come on. They're thinking. They're thinking. If you swing in with 2, you gotta swing in with all. Is that it? One of these days, it'll come back to us. Alright. Block. We're going to let the 3-2 go through. That way the cleric doesn't come back and they gain just enough life to escape. Whatever. Alright. So they could theoretically still sacrifice the Silver Smoke, but yeah. I think this game is over, as they say. Let's see. Come on, Neo. Don't be a sore loser. There we go. Maybe they weren't paying attention. Well, they're paying attention now. Alrighty. Mold. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, we'll keep this. We got the combo off the bat, right? Hit the Swarm Shambler. We go for the Kenrith's transformation. Draws us a card, hits us that 4/4. Bam! Opponent's like, what is this madness? Now, obviously, some additional green mana would be lovely for the Gemrazer there. We'll focus on getting down the Alseid, and I think we'll just leave it at that. We can, of course, use the Angelic Ascension at instant speed if we want to bounce, or to buff the Alseid rather into a 4/4. It won't give us lethal, so I don't see a reason for us to, essentially. Back to my turn, we got a Selfless as well. I think I want the Selfless down too. Really like your card art, by the way. I know I've said that a million times about this one, but it's so nice. You know, it's just so... yeah, I don't know, just calming, elegant. I don't know what the word for it is. Anyways, we're hitting the opponent down to 7. We're going up to 21. And you know, it's a mono green that hasn't played anything yet. I'm a little surprised. Gingerbread Cabin. Will we see the Wicked Wolf here? It's kind of what this deck feels like. It's the only mono green I know that wouldn't play anything until turn 4. Questing Beast. Well, not quite. Not quite, huh? I think I'd actually rather this go on to the Selfless. And what we're going to do, get our 4/4 back here, and we're just going to block. Take out the Questing Beast immediately. I guess the Skyclave would have been a nice answer for it as well, but that's okay. With the Luminarch down, we could have hit Kenrith's onto the Alseid, I suppose, and done lethal. You know, misplays are my middle name. Chance misplays Henderson. So we did botch lethal there, just so we're all clear. But I still have the 1 mana to use Alseid for protection. In case they go to remove the Swarm Shambler, we still have Skyclave to exile whatever they may play. And of course, Kenrith's to bolster something up of our own come our next turn. So Arasta. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery speed, create a 1/2. Well, we still have plenty of creatures to go around them. Moss Viper, we still have enough to just go around them, so that's a GG. We'll use Skyclave, take what we can, which I guess is going to be their Arasta, and we'll call it a GG. Good game, Mold. Not happy to say your name, but happy to take the victory. So, did they just draw into the Moss Viper then? Because, you know, they had plenty of mana up to that point to play it. Oroga type? Oroga type? I think that's a reference to something, but I have no idea. That's not a keep. This one is. I think this one's a keep. We're actually going to bottom the Gemrazer here because it's the least useful, so a little awkward. We'll go for the Selfless and then play down the Luminarch, I think. Now we have an interesting decision on this next turn because we can play Kenrith, gain card draw, play Alseid, but we won't be able to activate the Alseid. And what are we putting Kenrith on? Because we don't want to put it on the Luminarch, right? So I guess we could play Alseid, put Kenrith on Alseid, use Luminarch to buff Alseid. That sounds like an all-in kind of strat, you know what I mean? But not the worst in the world, so we're going to do it anyways. Kenrith on the Skyclave is also really good post-exiling something, so... Sure. Let's build that Alseid. If you build it, they will come, or so they say. We need one additional green mana if we're going to get down that questing beast. Midnight clock from the foe. We're going to be clocking them, see what I did there, for a good 8 damage this turn, so... Could have potentially dealt 12, but you know, we just hit a land. Now I can use Skyclave to take their Midnight Clock. We are committing a lot to the board at that point. But, you know, hey, commitment is my other middle name. Misplays and commitment. They don't really go hand in hand. I'm just saying that that's what it is, okay? All right. Get them. So they're down to 7. Did we need to play Skyclave? Probably not. Did I want to play Skyclave? Most certainly. Opponent's at 4 mana. Now, what do we fear most here? We fear that exile. That not eat to extinction. It's extinction event. So many extinction cards. Anyways, so if they do play it, probably see it for odd, right? Gets rid of all of our 1s, all of our 3s. They're just going to play the Blood Chiefs onto the Kenrith's transformed. Ooh, and a Heartless Act onto the Skyclave to get a 3/3 back. So if we can hit a questing beast here, that would still be lovely. I guess I could have used Selfless Savior at any point there too. But whatever. Super buff this Luminarch. Swing in with it. And again, green mana will does equate to questing beast, so. Opponents hanging on by the skin of their teeth. We do have lethal on board again. Once more. Mazemon. That's not going to build up quick enough, so we're happy to see that. But they still have 2 mana left over. They're going to... What? They give us the victory. Alright. Well, picking up another one. Not too shabby. 7 minutes, 2 victories. That's what I like to see. Alley Cat. We're going to have to mulligan this. We don't have good mana, and we don't have good turn 1 plays, so... We can keep this. I'll throw back a Selfless, and we'll see what the rest serves us up. Alrighty, get down Swarm, play Selfless immediately thereafter, and probably go ahead and buff the Swarm as well. Birth of Melitus going to get down a 0/4 wall here soon. That's okay, because our Swarm Shambler is going to get oh so large. Oh, and another Swarm Shambler. We'll tell you what, we're going to play down both Swarm Shamblers. Rather than make one big, we're just going to play down another and get in some damage. Alright, so board's looking pretty good. We do have the Fabled Passage to grab us some additional green mana, and this is, you know, kind of why I enjoy playing the Fabled Passages. So, Elspeth's Nightmare, gonna target, what, our Selfless? Okay. Well, you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and play down the Kenriths onto one of these Swarm Shamblers. See what our card draw is, essentially. Alright. We can swing it with the 4/4. They do block it. Okay, interesting. So we can still buff up the other Swarm Shambler, make it a little bit bigger, scarier, more of a threat. They're going to take our first Iroan games, you bastard. I hate Elspeth's Nightmare. Such an annoying card. Remove a creature, look at your hand, exile your graveyard, sure. Let's fuck you over in every manner for three mana at a, you know, at a uncommon, sure. I think it's fair to say that the mono black power of removal is way too high right now. Dial it back. They don't need 1 mana removal spell that everyone can use that is obliterating everything. They don't need you know, a 3-mana card that deals with every kind of deck. Literally every kind of deck. Alright, there's that 0/4 wall again. Are they going to board wipe? Solemn. No, no board wipe. Solemn's a little annoying because they will block that into the Swarm Shambler, so I think here we just got to swing in with the Stonecoil. Hope we see another Kenrith or Angelic Ascension, right? To turn that little 1/1 insect into an angel. That would be nice. We got a Skyclave Apparition. That's not bad. It's not too shabby. We're going to take their Solemn. This interrupts their card draw, right? Swing all in. Probably block the 4/4. They blocked the 2/2. Interesting. Going down to 13. They will gain 2 life here, back up to 15. Oh shoot! It's Mardu. Golden egg. What? Mardu Doom Foretold. That's what it is. Figured it out. But why? Why Mardu for Doom Foretold? What do you have in red? That's another land. You freaking fracking kidding me, man? All right, well, let's just swing all in. That's what we're good at. They are going to block the 4/4 this time. We're potentially seeing 5 points of damage here, down to 10. Ooh. There's no reason for us to play the land. If we can psych them out into thinking we got some kind of protection or something, you know, it might be worth our time. Well, let's hope we don't see an ultimatum here. Of course, they only have 1 red mana. I feel like if they had the ultimatum, they would have used that Fabled. And we're just flooding now. GG, you got me, Alley Cat. What can Zakajliku? I don't know what to call you. But I do know I want to keep this hand. It's fairly okay. I'm realizing I don't really like the Gemrazers in the main deck though. They're a little awkward, so if I could go back and change that, I more than likely would. But hey, a Legion Angel, first we've seen of that. Fireblade Charger off the rip from the opponent. It's not something we cherish here in the hospital. Not something you want to see. You just in general mono red, Andy, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not happy about it. Not happy. Bone Crusher. Oh, how I love you so. Oh, how I love you so. Selfless doesn't really do anything for us. I think I'm just going to Kenrith onto the Beetle. It doesn't give us a 4-power creature, but it gives us a 3-power, which can, you know, deal with the Fireblade or defend or whatever we need it to do, essentially. I think I am going to block. I'm going to go for a board dominance here. If we can find some more land, I think we'll be doing good. They have 1 mana, so mono red, and they can't find the 3rd land. We're happy to see that. Oh, they do find it. Why wouldn't you Bone Crusher there then? Surprising. Anyways, we are going to block here. They will more than likely use the Rimrock Knight. And that's 3 more to the face, so we're down to 16. It's not a it's not a terrible play. I think we got to go for the Luminarch, buff itself, hope they don't have more removal in hand. We will take the Fireblade damage, but if we can keep the Luminarch alive this turn, then we of course have Selfless Savior. Bone Crusher, not a big deal. Not yet, at least. More mana, hallelujah. Alright, so we definitely want to go for the Selfless Savior. We would need to see some more white mana now for the Legion Angel, right? Now, I can Kenrith's Transformation to Selfless and give ourselves a 3/3. Of course, Luminarch's going to go up to that point anyways, so... I think we stay as is. We try to keep this board. If we can make it to next turn, we can probably use Kenrith's Transformation on one of the Selfless, play down another Selfless. That's a Tor Brand. That's not fantastic for us, if I'm being honest, but we can block them something fierce here. they're gonna swing all in. All right, well, that's not the play you should make, but sure. I don't think that's the play you should make. Could be wrong, but yeah. Here we might actually want to Kenrith's transformation to Tor Brand just to take it down a peg, right? But if we're going to do that, we should definitely do that after our play. So next, buff, swing all in. Bam. And goodbye, Tor Brand. You're nothing more than a little elk. So, you know, we stop the additional hemorrhaging from the Fireblade and things of that nature. We just use Selfless, keep the Luminarch alive as per the usual. Whoops! Ha! It's a Soul Seer. So that's the one thing that doesn't work there, Chance. Alrighty then, let's play down Swarm, and Selfless. It's okay. It's all right. We're doing all right. Does Gemrazer destroy target? You have to. Oh, that's a little rough for us. That seemed a bit extra. But, I mean, I guess I see where you're coming from, sorta. Do they swing in with Tor Brand? No, they do not. Do we take the 1 point of damage? Yes, we do. Pretty easy little debate in my head there. I think we get the Gemrazer down. It's a big creature. We can put it down on one of these little 1/1s here. Why are they not blocking with Tor Brand, I wonder? Anyways, we're still not seeing any lands, which is definitely a detriment to us, because if we can get that Legion Angel down, it would be most greatly beneficial. Embercleave will fuck me sideways, huh? That's going to be 7 damage, plus 1's 8 damage. They're leaving themselves open, but I can't deal 9 damage. I can only deal 5. There is additional land, though. Can we block against the 4/4? I mean, if I put down Legion Angel, our Gemrazer plus Legion Angel can, yes. But we're still going to take 1 point of damage, which means I couldn't even block against the Fireblade. So, yeah, I think it's GG, actually. GG, that Tor Brand still bit us in the ass in the end. That's fine. You know, they got Tor Brand and the Embercleave. I think you got to let the mono-red player have it. They didn't scoop after they just lost it on the Tor Brand. You know, props to them.